Hello, good evening. And my name is Cody Reed. And I'm with the Cody Reed Soapbox. And I'm so glad that you're here. I'm also live on TikTok. And happy Sabbath, Shalom Shabbat. On the first part of the discussion of when Yahuah moves you to a different location, um, it often requires a deep surrender, leaving behind, your family, your familiar surroundings, your possessions, and the comforts that once, defined your life, right? So I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. Excuse me. I apologize. I'm trying to look. There's another screen that's popping up on here, and I'm trying to get rid of it. Okay, so what I was saying is that you're leaving behind. I just want to let you. I'm talking to two screens. I'm talking to TikTok, and I'm also talking to YouTube. And I apologize. A screen just came in, and so I was trying to figure out what that was. It was a commercial trying to come in. Okay, so what we're saying is, but actually, you're just leaving behind your family, your familiar surroundings, and your possessions, right? And the comforts of that once defined your life. Now, it's a spiritual separation from the world and invitation to walk by faith, right? Not by a sight. So, this kind of calling demands the obedience, even when the destination is unknown, like you don't know where you're going, like Yahuwah, where you taking me to? And the journey is painful and it's in the wilderness, right? Away from everything you once learned and you lean on, right? But trusting Him means believing He is leading you into something greater than what you left behind. So this journey echoes the call of Abraham, who obeyed Yahuwah and left his country and kindred and his family, and not knowing where he was going. As it states in, if you go to Hebrews 8, it states all of that, right? So it also said that by belief. So I'm just paraphrasing. By belief, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to the place which he was about to receive as an inheritance, right? And he went out not knowing where he was going. And this verse reminds us that the radical obedience, trust in Yahuwah's voice, often requires letting go of everything so he can give us something that truly matters. Now, in the second part, now, what we're going to discuss right now, is the second part of this journey, right? So as you walk away from everything familiar, the stripping away becomes a refining fire, right? So you will begins to deal with the attachments of the heart, right? The pride, the idols, the fear of attack, right? The fear of lack, excuse me. And the desire for control, meaning that you controlled everything, you know what's best for you, and nobody else does, and nobody can do it like you, which is wrong because guess what? You have no control over nothing, right? So he teaches you to live by his provision, meaning that what he gives you, big or small, mostly small, that's the start of everything, right? So what he does that he gives you, like, he teaches you, you live by his provision, not by your own strength, right? So that means that you don't go out and get no food, you don't go out and get clothes, you don't get out and do nothing. You leave it to him to give you everything that he feels that you need, right? So basically you're not going off your own strength. So in this place of total dependence, right, you begin to see that the sacrifice wasn't wasn't a loss, right? So it was an exchange. So what you once, clung to fades in comparison to the peace, right? So what you're doing is that you're giving up your whole life, like the life that you know that you created, and you're putting it in God's hands. So you're comparing to peace, presence, and the purpose he reveals in your isolation. So he puts you in isolation first, right? That's what he does. You're by yourself, you have time to think, you got time to think, and he has your full attention, right? So he draws you closer and teaches you, right, to hear his voice more clearly and prepares you for the new season he's calling you into. Now, this is the path, right, of transformation, right? So, where your obedience becomes your offering, or if you look into Romans 12, verse 1, you will definitely see what we are discussing this evening. And I'm going to paraphrase once again. So he says, I called upon you, right? Therefore, brothers, through the compassion of Yahuah, to present your bodies a living offering, right? Set apart, well pleasing to Yahuah, meaning that he's cleaning you up, he's dusting you off, he's making you to where he wants you to be, what will make him happy. Your reasonable worship, right? So in leaving everything behind, meaning your family, your friends, your things, everything you know and love, you become that living offering, wholly surrendered, right? You surrender to God. And finally, positioned to receive what Yahuwah has been preparing for you all along. So I just want to say that in closing to that of what I've given you in regards to um, Yahuwah moving you to a new location, right? To a new location, you have to get prepared to let go. You have to get prepared to leave everything behind. You know, it's crazy, and you're like, oh my gosh. But you have to. If you want to move to the next season, you have to leave everything behind. Your family, your friends, places that you used to go to. You have to change your whole life. So that's where we are now. So thank you so much for joining me on this live on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. And also thank you for joining me on TikTok. Click like and share. Also, you can please subscribe to my channel on Claudia Reed Soapbox, and also click like and share with Claudia Maggie Reed on this live. And Shalom Shabbat. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful, fantastic day. Amen. Amen. And happy Sabbath.